Hey everybody. So at the garden, I just had to show you guys, had the deer come yesterday or last night. They ate these two beans that were outside the electric fence. So it seems like the electric fence is really working, because once they find something, they like to go right down the row, and they left this bean plant alone. So I guess I have to extend the electric fence. I put up the electric fence after they ate these 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess these 8 parsley plants, and they've grown. You can almost not even tell where the deer ate them. So, and you know, if they were in here, they'd be eating all the lettuce and everything. So definitely the electric fence so far is working really well. Had to show you guys the radishes real fast. They're actually getting to be pretty darn big. Pull this little one just because it thin it. Definitely a nice little treat. Probably gonna have a mess load of radishes. They definitely all have some decent size to them. Pretty tasty too. I don't know, fresh radish is way better. You can see the carrots are coming up pretty good. I've been spending a lot of time pulling out the little weeds as they come, just because it's fun watching all the carrots sprout. And I had over on this section a little washout of the row, and you can see it kind of mixed in the carrots like into the center aisle thing. So I'm just gonna pull all those out, try to make a consistent because I got one row here, one row there, a row. So I'm just trying to make it look like I have another row. And as they get bigger, the ones in the middle are just going to be shaded out. When I've been thinning the carrots, I've been using, like if they're directly next to each other, I've been pulling one of them. And as long as they have a little space, I've been leaving those, because as you thin them, as they get bigger, you'll have little carrots to eat, just like I did with the radish. But piece of grass, they're definitely looking like they're growing. Garden's been a lot of fun so far this year. It's kind of amazing how much we've gotten done with being able to be at home so much. But I'm gonna head over to the warehouse, and hopefully we get I'm gonna go try to work on making some pewter jewelry today. It is pretty impressive though how the fence worked pretty good. And this one's untouched, it's right underneath it. So this actually looked kind of interesting. It says free, no key. I guess it's a bike rack. Looks like this one got smushed, but honestly, I know that they're decent. It is all aluminum. Two boxes there. There's a car. I got my plaster to make my molds, so we're gonna try that. But let's see. Nice little metal box. Lots of little knickknacks. I see actually a belt buckle in there too. I'll have to go through that at home. I love this old tin with the puppies. Put that in the trunk. Definitely ooh, I see, looks like coins and keys. Also will be fun to go through. Alright. I think just the rails are nice on these. So I guess that's the bike holder itself. Must unscrew like this. All right. I'm gonna finish putting this in, and never know what you're gonna find in trash. Well, made it to the warehouse. Really want to see what's in this this tray. Guess that's to an old Ford truck. Kind of fun. Sounds good. And it is stuck, that top. There we go. It's a cool tin top, but another cool tin top. I don't see a base. One piece of costume jewelry. It's an ashtray. Look at the size of this brass key. Wonder how much gambling you had to do to get that from the Harris. A little Asian plaque. Alright, that was okay, but let's see. Lots and lots of little stuff. A bunch of little religious charms. This almost looks like it could be sterling, but it's not. I do well with little lots of religious charms. First piece of sterling. Looks like a little Coke or snuff spoon of a nude lady. It's kind of fun. Little pendant. Put all that oddball stuff in there. I haven't found sterling in the trash in a long time. Betty Boop, she's empty. Trivet. It doesn't look that old, but it'll go good in a collection of things. A little military button and a Disney keychain. Oh no, it's a Trump's Castle casino and hotel. I saw this. It was a life member fishing club. It's kind of fun. Sounds like something's in the snowman. Oh man, I don't know how you open it. What the heck is in here? That's scrap metal. Here, we can just pour it out. Little concho 50-cent piece from Atlantic City. Little brass knob. 1975. Little square pin. Another little piece of brass. I'll put the religious charm in there. Alright, what else was in here? Let's see what's in this thing. I think it's... Oh, I'm just a mess. Yeah, it's just a little box. Last but not least was this thing. Pour this right out into the hubcap. Found a few pennies. Looks like a quarter also. Can't tell if that's silver or not. Sure looks it. It is. It's marked sterling right there, I think. Oh no. Maybe not. A few more pennies. Odd pendant. Another cross. I guess that's it. Looks like just the one piece of silver. But definitely was a fun little box to find in the trash. Alright, I'm gonna go mix some of the plaster to make some molds. Put all that in that little tin. Definitely fun. I found in that box, I forgot to go into this tub. Definitely scrap, but at the bottom it's all these big coins. It's a $1 $1 casino token. Another $1 token. That was actually not too terrible. This one's in really good condition for 1981. Almost looked like it was a silver token. Might be copper. Some brass keys. I see two more religious charms. And this guy, this is a nice brass key. So I got almost a whole lot to list on eBay of the religious charms. And the second piece is sterling. So I actually did really good. I found two pieces of silver. I probably got 3 lots altogether that I'll be able to list on online. Especially with that little snuff spoon, it will do pretty well. I probably will save this tin, and I'll put this to my light iron scrap. Never know what you'll find in the trash. I'm going to try to make some of these little guys out of pewter. I figured it would look pretty cool, and they have a lot of detail. So the idea is once this is all smooth, we push this in and let it dry, and then we can pour the pewter into that. So here's like a really cool Medusa head with snakes. Definitely we'll have to try that. I really like this knight. The little cherub riding the moon with the butterfly, or maybe that's a moth. This one's pretty awesome. Dragonfly with a cherub. So I don't know, that's kind of my thought. Cool horse head. It would be neat if we could figure out how to make copies of these. So I'm going to finish getting the plaster ready, and then we'll push a couple of these into the plaster to see how it works. Well, the plaster definitely dried faster than I thought it would. I'm gonna try it again. It's an experiment for me. I haven't worked with plaster in a while. So I'm just gonna add another thing of plaster, and we're gonna do it faster. We're gonna try to do one or two real quick ones. I'm gonna wash off this Medusa head just so it doesn't get gunked up by the old plaster, and hopefully take two works. But definitely I can't believe how fast it dried, and I thought it would, if you just added water, it would be ready to use again, but nope. It's definitely hard at the bottom and clumpy. So, all right, gonna make my second little batch. I have the second one started. It's a lot wetter. Hopefully we can just put her in there. We're gonna let her sit till it dries, and then we'll pop her out, hopefully, and it will work fairly well. Definitely looks fairly flat to me. Why I have time, or why I'm gonna try to get the Griffin done and the Knight. One thing I can say about it is messy. Might pay to wear gloves while playing with the plaster. All right, I gotta hurry up and work before before it hardens. But putting it in while it's wet definitely worked out pretty well. We'll see how it comes with taking it out though. So I tried 8 of them. I got a snake and a griffin, pair of birds, the knight, that's a knight on a horse, the dragonfly and the cherub, Medusa, and this griffin. So I'm gonna let them dry for a couple hours, come back and we'll see if they come out of the molds fairly well and if they kept their detail. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go clean up my mess. It definitely is kind of messy, but I kind of like the idea of these shells because they kind of move fairly easy. It was just what I had laying around at the shop. So like when you're pouring, you could always, if you see the metal or the pewter going the wrong way, it'll be very interesting how this comes out. So these dried up pretty fast. Definitely look like they're still a little wet. I'll try popping this Knight out really fast. It's in there good. There we go. So made a exact replica of the Knight in reverse. It's going to take at least a day or so for this to dry, I would think. I mean, I might be able to try the pewter sooner, but it's still a little moist. I have the Medusa to do. I was happy with how that came out. Came out pretty good. Now I can go through and just make sure all the edges are exactly how I want it before I pour. I wish it was tomorrow. Well, I guess I could always just stop here and but I don't know. I think we'll try the Knight. We'll try pouring something on the Knight. A little bit of pewter, see how it works. Definitely might need a little bit more time to dry though. So let's try to pop out Medusa. I don't know if she'll pop out as easy. She might be in there a lot better. I have to recarve that right there a little bit, but looks like she came out okay. The eyes seem to be alright. You can see there's a couple air bubbles stuck in there, and that will show up on the pewter. But you can see right by one snake. And all I do is you recarve where and touch up whatever little pieces you're not happy with. So before you pour your mold, like the bubbles and stuff like that, so it doesn't show up once you pour the molten metal. Well, Medusa might come out okay. Alright. Definitely can see the detail much better in the night though. Well, warming up the pewter one final time. Definitely is tricky. Haven't quite figured it out yet. I got the pewter in there. I have the mold here. I'm going to try to pour this in and see if you guys can see it. Alright. I got the pewter nice and hot. I'm going to push it down with the bracelet and see if that helps with the detail. Give that a second. Hopefully it forced it into the mold. Pull the bracelet out. Oh, it's attached. Ooh, it's a little bit better. Bracelet's hot. Should be wearing gloves. It still hasn't picked up the fine detail. It's almost like a ghostly figure of a knight. But I'm gonna keep on working on this. Hopefully I figure it out. I'm pretty sure I need a top part to the mold, and do it how you do see it on YouTube. I was just hoping this would you guys would be able to kind of see the relief. It was an experiment. Never know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I had a little bit of fun. I'm gonna keep on working on this, and everybody be safe out there. If you haven't yet, please give somebody a call. And what was the coolest thing is, I'm pretty sure these pieces are silver. When I was playing with them, they'll cut white in the back. So never know what you're gonna find when you're playing with all this Victorian stuff. Alright, see everybody later. Give somebody a call if you haven't yet. It's definitely a lonely time. Peace. The bobcat's kind of cool.